Hey, what's going on, my fellow Sagittariuses? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do a singles read. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. All right, that's so off right there. I'm gonna fix it. Sorry. There. It just didn't line up, and it may not still line up, but it's lining up a little better. Yeah, I think I'm still off, but we're gonna roll with it. Always feel free to comment down below. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Sagittarius singles? Sagittarius. So, first thing I see is I see someone new coming in, and I feel like this person is persistent. You know, I feel like this person chasing you, you know, going out of their way, and I feel like it feels good. It feels good, the pursuit, but I feel like you're gonna know better. You know, there's a part of you that's gonna enjoy it, but there's a part of you that's, you know, your intuition is gonna be telling you something different. And there's an internal struggle within you because, like, part of you wants to believe this person, but there's just something wrong. There's something wrong. Like, there's something missing. You know, and your intuition, like I said, I mean, there's this internal struggle because your intuition is telling you one thing. But like I said, this person is a pursuer. They're going to make you feel good. They're going to show up. You know, they're going to say all the right things. They're going to be very suave. Very suave. You know, and I feel like this type of energy, you may be, you know, with the moon card, maybe feeling like it's your imagination getting the best of you with your intuition. Like feeling like, okay, maybe I should believe this person. Maybe they're not full of shit. Don't let your imagination get the best of you. You know, it's a very quick moving energy with this person. And like I said, I feel like it kind of puts you on the defense when you're around this person. Even though you enjoy the pursuit, you enjoy them pursuing you, you enjoy being wanted. You know, and I feel like, I mean, again, intuition putting your walls up for you. You know, very defensive energy because this is moving very quickly. This person, again, is someone that they're a talker. You know, they're a salesman when it comes to this shit. I mean, all I'm getting is this player energy from this person. Like, they want something, and the more you turn them down, the more they want it. The more that you don't give it to them, the more they want it. It's not about them wanting you. It's a conquest for them. You know, if you give it up easy, they're going to take it easy. If you give them a fight, that's what they're there for. You know, it's a very quick moving energy. And the reason why people like this move quickly is because the quicker they can move, the less you can see. It's like, I mean, we have the Magician in reverse. And it's very much like a magician, that quick sleight of hand. As long as they can do You know, they're showing you over here, but they're doing some shit over here, but they don't want you to see back here. They're making you focus on this. You know, they're not telling you what they're truly up to, because that gives away the trick. You know, and like I said, a very good talker. This person is a manipulator. You know, we got that player energy. I mean, I feel like they just have no idea what they want. You know, so they just do random shit, and they're trying to bring you down in it. Like, they know what they want from you, but they don't know what they want from life. You know, they want your goodies. They're chasing you. They're making you feel wanted. They're making you feel special. You know, but this is not someone, I don't see any longevity here. You know, I mean, like I said, I mean, they're trying to convince you there's someone that they're not. And when you think about it, and when you think too much about it, they're trying to convince you that you're overthinking. You know, and that's just another, it's like they're going to gaslight you. They're going to make you feel like you judge them in the wrong fashion. Because like I said, there's a part of you that knows they're up to no good. Because I feel like you've met someone like this before. You know, I feel like you've had someone like this in your life before, and they're just kind of giving you that vibe. But again, it is nice to be wanted. You know, this person is showing you a lot of attention. You know, they're making you feel wanted. They're saying all the right things. They're doing all the right things. But it's not sustainable. Like I said, they're putting in a lot of work to convince you of something. They're trying to convince you that they're not like anyone you've ever met before. They're trying to convince you that you got them all wrong. And they're doing a lot of work because they do it for the win. What I mean by that is there's people out there that it's the chase for them. It's not just getting your goodies. It's getting your goodies and getting out. You know, and the more resistant you are to it, the more of a challenge it is. It's like a hunter. A hunter doesn't find, you know, a hunter wouldn't find going to a zoo or going to a zoo-like atmosphere and having deer there and shooting the deer in a cage. That's not challenging. Real hunters want to go out in the wild and they want to put the work in. They want to track them. They want to, you know, and I know it sounds like a terrible analogy, but it's really not that far off. You know, there's some people that go out to hunt to feed themselves. There's some people that go out to hunt because they just like killing things. Unfortunately, the world is that way. With this person, they're not doing all this work to keep you. They're doing all this work to get what they want, and they get out. Like I said, this person is not afraid to cause chaos. You know, they get what they want. Once they get what they want, they might get it. They might want it twice. They might want it 3 times. But once they get what they want, they're gone. They're going to ghost you. They're not going to be around. You know, and I feel like you're going to get hurt in the process because of all the game they spit at you. You know, they just cause chaos wherever they go because they don't know what they want. They're just flying around by the seat of their pants. You know, they see you, they want you, and it feels good. Like I said, these people are good at it. People that do this are good at it. You know, and I've been fooled by people like this before as well. One in particular that I remember back, you know, I got fooled. I mean, I don't feel like this person's going to change. Not anytime soon. I don't feel like you're the one that's going to change them. Now, maybe you think I'm wrong. You know, but like I said, I'm only giving the warning. I can't make you follow it. You know, this person is putting a lot of effort in. You know, they're going long game for this. You know, some people just come out and try to get what they want from you, and they get it and they're gone. This person, like I said, I feel like your resistance is what keeps them around. It's challenging to them. And they may stick around after they get what they want, but just until they find another challenge. Like I said, the quick moving energy really is a red flag for me. The manipulation is another red flag. The gaslighting is another red flag. I mean, there's so many red flags, and we can't collect red flags. Because at the end of the day, if we collect red flags, we're just left with a bunch of red flags. And like I said, with that Three of Swords, a broken heart. You know, and that Tower is just causing chaos in your life. You know, I feel like if this person, if you give them the opportunity, they will, but they will screw you over. You know, now if you're looking for just a hit it and quit it, I'm not going to judge. This probably is for you. If you're not, it's not. Like I said, once they get what they want, they're not going to show up for you anymore. They'll show up for you all they want while they want something. You know, and like I said, they're going to manipulate you. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to make you, you know, pretend like what you see is not what's right in front of you. Sleight of hand. People like this, they get what they want. And there's a lot of people out there that will give them what they want. Don't be one of them. And that's the advice I'm getting is here, don't collect red flags. You know, like I said, I feel like there's a part of it. I feel like you've met people like this before. This person is just more advanced. That's the thing. When we get older, we got to remember. Anyway, let's finish the read, and then I'll get to that. We have Sagittarius. We have Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio. We got some Pisces as well. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. That's the thing in life. As we get older, we got to remember, like the players that we met in high school, you know, the people that were good at manipulation in high school, that's like first level. Now when we get in their 20s, mid-20s, 30s, mid-30s, you got to remember they've had years of experience. So they get better at it. You know, you do something for 10 years, you're going to be better at it. And trust me, there's people out there. I knew a guy, probably 44, 45. He's a friend of my brother's. And he was the slimiest guy I ever met in my life. Like, never had a care in the world. Always talking about his conquests and all these women that he was with. And I was like, at first I felt he was slimy. At second, and then I felt bad for him because I was like, this guy has such a empty life. You know, there's just a sadness about him. And unfortunately, the people that use people like that get to a point where they want someone and they can't have anybody because they spend so much time being a manipulator, and they get so caught up in that they don't know how to be a real boyfriend or girlfriend. Now, a lot of times it is a male thing, but I've seen lots of females doing the same thing. So it's not gender. You know, it's not dependent on a gender. It happens on both sides. More often, I think men do it, but it is both sides. But like I said, they want something. You know, and he was, I'll give you an example of the stories that I heard from this guy. I was young, granted. I'm 12 years younger than my brother, so when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of look up to the older guys. I never looked up to him. Even with his stories, you know, I never looked up to him. It just made me sad. Even as a kid, I was sad for this guy. But he was telling me how married women are the best because they already have a commitment, so they don't bug you to be committed to them. And I was thinking, that's the saddest thing I ever heard. Like, this guy's going out and not that it's all his fault, because if a married woman sleeps with a single guy, she's kind of to blame too. But I mean, I'm sure he works his game and he manipulates whatever, but like, you're out there ruining families. And I remember my brother. I think it was my brother that we're all there one night at my place. They used to come over. So my brother used to have to babysit me, and they were there and they were smoking weed. And he was saying how, I think it was my brother. I remember he's kind of skewed, but anyway, he said, "Doesn't it make you feel bad that you're breaking up families?" Like, he said, "No, because somebody else would do it." And that's the stupidest scapegoat I've ever heard in my life. It's like those people that sell drugs and say, if I don't sell them drugs, somebody else will. You know what I mean? It's such a scapegoat. But just the nonchalantness of him talking about how he gets with these married women, and the married women don't want commitment, so he can just get some and, get booty calls and all this other stuff. And I don't know. Even at a young age, obviously mentally he didn't grow, because even at a young age I felt sad for him. Anyway, I don't know what happened to him. I haven't talked to him in years. But like I said, when you manipulate for that amount of time, like he spent what, 25 years, maybe even longer, manipulating women. So how can you ever be in a real relationship? Because all the experience that you've gained, like, as a man, my point of view is that I get better at being a partner over the years because I try to be better. He's trying to be what he's trying to be, this player or this Casanova or this gigolo, whatever the hell you call it. So he doesn't have the experience, It's like spending your whole life trying to be the best carpenter and then getting a job as a fisherman. I don't know if that made sense, but anyway, be good. Take care. Stay safe.